In this video, I'm going to show you how to move the work that you did in your outline into your first draft. So I'm starting here in the draft that I showed you in the video about creating a lead, and you'll see there's my lead paragraph that I did in the last video. And so it's the first paragraph. I have my thesis statement at the very end of that first paragraph, and now I am ready to begin my first body paragraph, the second paragraph of the essay. This is actually about as easy as it gets because all you're doing here is creating structure. So going back into my outline, the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the topic statement that I wrote and put it right in my document here. And if you were writing your outline by hand, again, obviously you can't copy and paste, you'd have to just type it out. Make sure that you do that as a complete sentence. So make sure it's a complete sentence. The next thing is the introduction of my first example, which is a full sentence. I copy it and paste that. 2 spaces after a period. I then go to my first example and I copy that. And paste it. Now I am going to have to finish my sentence here. Just when I started to feel accepted, to feel that I had a home in cabin 11, I was on my own again. Okay, and it probably says a little bit more than that, and I can go back and continue with that later, but I'm going to hit spacebar twice again here. And then here is my first sentence, but it's not, this one really isn't a sentence. I'm going to have to expand this a little bit. So I copy that. He's whining. I will put, he may be feeling isolated, but clearly this is a very immature Percy. The tone suggests that he's actually whining. Okay, now to my next sentence. Shows he has not changed because a true hero wouldn't whine. I copy that and I paste it in, and that of course is also not a complete sentence, so I'll just say this shows he has not changed because a true hero wouldn't whine. And then finally here, this is the result of his life's experiences. Copy and paste. This is a result, this is the result of his life experience up to this point. I'm going to make that a full sentence. He doesn't really understand that, he's not really alone. Okay, now I've basically copied the first sandwich out of here. I then go on to the second example. I copy it and I paste. I copy my example. Two spaces and paste. I have to finish the quote here. Okay, and then I can copy all three of these. In it is the moment, because I'm saying this too many times. Makes me a true hero. Okay, period. So as you can see, this is my second body paragraph. It has two sandwiches inside of it, and it has a topic statement. It reads like this: the theme of community versus isolation truly shows how Percy changes. At first, Percy feels alone and isolated. On page 127, he says, just when I started to feel accepted, to feel I had a home in cabin 11, I was on my own again. He may be feeling isolated, but clearly this is a very immature Percy. The tone suggests that he's actually whining. This shows he has not changed, because a true hero wouldn't whine. This is the result of his life experience up to this point. He doesn't understand that he's really not alone. Later on, however, Percy feels more and more that he is part of a community. On page 317, he says, I had spent thousands of miles worried that I'd be betrayed by a friend. These friends would not do that. This shows that he truly understands the community of friendship he has formed with Annabeth and Grover. It is the moment he emerges from his innermost cave. His willingness to sacrifice what he wants for the sake of his friends makes him a true hero. So I have this first body paragraph here. It's not perfect, and there's a lot of this shows and a bunch of repetition and a bunch of clunky and not very good transitions, but structurally it's perfect. And that's all I'm looking for in the first draft. So all you need to do really is just copy it right out of the outline and right into your draft, just making sure that what you write in the draft is complete sentences.